Everyone, it's Becky. I just have a couple of things I want to share with you guys. I'm doing a swap with Marla Rizzo and Becky Long. They invited me to do an handmade embellishment swap. So they each made 4 different types of embellishments and put like 4 of each in, made 4 of each embellishment, 4 different things. So hopefully that didn't like confuse you. So what I did, oh, and then a card. So I pretty much just did like a gift bag. So that's what this is. It's just a brown paper bag. That package right there is just my flowers. I did go over the 4 amount because they're crocheted flowers. So I don't know. They're always asking me to make some for them. So I just made more than 4 of them. So and then for my card, I did do some more of these Tim Holtz tags that I really had a fun time doing. This one I made for Marla because she's doing like stamped images and coloring. So I'm just going to send it to show her what I did on that Tim Holtz one. These aren't the original ones that I made. I just kind of duplicated the techniques. So I made this one. It's for Becky, and I did just do a swap with Becky. So, but this is fun. And then this is gonna be my card, so I wrote on the back. These are just the craft tags, and then this is out of the Thinlit dies, the new Tim Holtz ones, and then a star from Tim Holtz, and then these are another Thinlit die. And I don't remember the name of the die. I'll post a link to the tutorial for these below. But I had a lot of fun making these. I just went around. I watercolored with the distress markers and the stamp. I have it right here. Hold on. It's the flower garden. So. And I'm glad I got this stamp because I really like how there's different flowers and different stems in there. So I used a couple of different ones and colored with my distress markers. I did the background like he did it in his in the tutorial, and then also the seam binding. He tells you what to do to get it, or to color it. You just use the distress markers. So that's what I did for that. And then both bags, I tried to make them exactly the same, and the stuff inside is the same. So here's like the whole overview of the bag when it's closed. So I can't open it, so I left one open so that I could show you what I made inside. And it's just a brown paper bag. I have these from a long time ago when I was doing a mini. So that's like what it looks like when it's closed. Hopefully you guys can kind of see the top. The top, I didn't realize like the thickness of everything, and so it actually, when I did the bag, the top was supposed to stand out like taller, so that it tucked behind her head, and it didn't work out that way, but that's okay. I think it's still cute. And then here's the flowers. And then the top of that package, I just put the Julie Nutting dolls, the wood dolls, the mini ones, and some tulle, and some twine, and a Wilder craft flower. And this one, nope, I don't have leaves on that one. And then I just stamped the edge of the little paper that I put over the flap with my paper punch. And the paper that I used on all of the packaging like this is from the Timeless Memories, Prima Timeless Memories. And then also the background paper is from that paper pad as well. So let me just go ahead and show you the inside. I'll just give you a quick overview. So this is all the crocheted flowers that I made. So I've just got green and pink. I ran out of white. I gotta get some more white yarn or cotton thread or whatever it's called. So these rolled rows I made from Linda, which is Faith Chick 777. She has a tutorial on these rolled roses, and I can post a link below. And I just put like a bead in the middle of all of them. These are the button flowers I got from Teacup and Roses tutorial, and it's just a paper button. And then this one is just a random video, and I'll post the link to that video too, but I don't remember who it's by. I just found it on YouTube. So that's my crocheted flowers. And I tried to make them both, for both people, for both Marla and Becky, the same. Let's just put that. And then there's my, these doilies, I used some doilies from Gina's Designs from when I was on the design team, for the like YouTube hops and all that. And then some of the doilies like these are just from Michael's. So here is my bag, and I'll just kind of quickly go over. This is paper from the Timeless Memories, and I use the Finnabar, the butterfly stencil with some modeling paste, and then I took some of the art sugar. You can kind of see the sparkle, and the modeling paste was still wet, I sprinkled it over, and then I went over with a 3D gloss gel to kind of seal it, because it would come off really easy. And then that's Michael's doily. This paper right here, I don't know if it's going to pick it up too well, but it's got like a really light script on it. That's from Prima Botanical, I think. And then this is a Prima Princess chipboard piece. This is just some lace from my stash, and a Tim Holtz token with, I think it's Prima Delight collection, the Brad. And I just poked it through. I did sew around the paper right there, and I sewed around this paper. I don't know if you can really see it. And I just stressed the edges with my Prima tool. And then this is just some seam binding. All these flowers are Wild Liquor Craft flowers. This fence I got from Michael's, and I put some frontage on it. And I think it's the ivory with the gold flakes. And then this is, and I got this idea from Marta, I think. I'm not quite sure on her YouTube name, but I always see her on Facebook, and she showed these little wood chips that you get on the back of go on the back of the canvases when you do mixed media. So I painted that with I'm trying to think, it was a distress paint, the pink one, and I don't remember the name of it, but it's the really shabby pink one. And then this is a Prima Friends stamp. It's out of like a shabby chic, I think it is Ladybird collection, and it has like shabby chic, and then it has friends, love, and all of that. So I typed friends on there, and then that's a Prima butterfly resin. Oh, and then the seam binding I use, let me tell you, old paper, I think, yeah, this one, and it kind of gave it a creamy kind of goldish color. It was really cool. I really like how that turned out. So I just put that on the seam binding and then wet it and crinkled it, and it's what color. It's kind of hard to see on my camera because my camera is dumb. So that's the seam binding. And then my Prima doll, I kind of have a mixture of different papers. I stamped her body out with Londonary. And then these papers are from Fairy Rhymes, so her dress is from Fairy Rhymes. And then this lace is from Craft Supplies for You. And then for her shoes, I just took the Crackle not the glossy accents, but the crackle accents, and then I took some just glitter dust and sprinkled over her shoes on top of it. So that's my Prima doll, and then I just put some pearls, and I colored her hair with colored pencils, and then this is a resin piece just out of a mold that Marla sent me, and I just colored the top of it with that pink color, but I don't remember the name. And then on the inside, I'll just pull them out really quick. Oh, and then I did stamp, or like edge punch, with my Martha Stewart punch, the edge of the bag too. So it's cute when it closes. So here's the first one that I did, and everything's got the paper from the Timeless Memories, and it's edge punched with one of my punches, my 2 punches that I own, three punches. So 2 of them are Martha Stewart ones, and then one's EK Success, I think. And then that's a Michael's Doily, another Prima wood doll, and then a Wild Wicker Craft flower and some tulle. And then either it's got twine or this string, and that's like a cream colored string. And then on this one, I shouldn't have closed this one. All I did was circle punch with my 1-inch circle, and then I have this heart one. And I just put, actually I punched this out first. So I punched the heart out first, and then I took my 1-inch circle and put the heart in the middle and punched that out. And I put 2 of them together with some like pop dots or whatever. And then I put a stick pin through it and put a little button on it, and I wrapped some twine around the corner of the heart. I shouldn't have closed it, I wasn't even thinking. So there's the twine, the button, there's the stick pin. And then these are just some rosettes that I made. I edge punched with the Martha Stewart punch. And then I put a 1-inch circle in it, put a couple of halfback pearls, and I think these flowers are from Craft Supplies For You, with some Wild Wicker Craft leaves. So that's what I did on those. I think they're so cute. And then this one was punched with that edge punch, the heart one, that's like on this flap. And then here I just dyed some seam bindings. So this one I think I used worn lipstick and the coral one, the new coral one, yeah, the banding coral. And then this one I used, I believe it was, yep, the crushed olive. And then this was the, I should just get them out, huh? I used cracked pistachio on the ink pad on this one. And then this one is Broken China, the distress marker. And I just wrapped them around. I have these chipboard tags from the Secret Garden, Graphic 45 Secret Garden. I just wrapped the seam binding around them and tied them in a bow, stuck a stick pin through them, and put like little charms on them. And then, let's see, this one, these are just some resin pieces to go with this one. So there's actually only 4, so yeah. So these 2 go together. Because I'm sending extra resin pieces just from molds, and I wanted to display these differently. So these are just from the Martha Stewart molds, and then these are just some that I got off some cabochons. And then what I did is I made them into brads. So as the resin was setting up, I put the brad from my stash, just any regular brad, in the middle of the mold. And so I don't know, like maybe use a lighter brad, but it kind of shows up in the middle. But you can paint it, or on the flowers it looks pretty cool. because you know how it's like dark in the center of flowers, but I don't know about these. So if they don't want them, they can just whatever, do whatever with them. But I thought it was kind of cool. And then I just did the same thing with the top as I've done on the other ones, as well as this one. This one has Gina's Designs doily, and then just some stuff, or some resins from my molds, and then I got some more brads in there too. So that's pretty much it, I think, as far as what I'm sending, and I hope that they like everything. And if you have any questions, just let me know, and I'll post the links to the flower tutorials below. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye.